Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are out at Great Oak today, and we're going to be working on the next stroke. We've done forehands and backhands. We're going to go to volleys today.
I have an update though that I'm really excited about.
What's the update?
We got cards, so tennis lesson cards, and then I learned how to put a QR code on the back of the card, and it says elevate your practice every day. So anyway, that was exciting for me this week.
And we can pass them out, and everybody can see our YouTube channel by scanning the QR code.
Yes, and the game this week was which one of us could get rid of their box of cards first. He got a box and I got a box, and I think I'm ahead.
I think she's ahead too. I have passed out a few cards, but I'm sure she's passing out more cards.
But I talk more, so I talk to more people. Okay.
I'm too busy playing to do talking and passing out cards.
So speaking of that, what makes volleys fun? Because the possibilities that we've created for our channel are health, community, and fun. So tell me what makes volleys fun, or how you're going to make volleys fun for me.
I just think volleys are the most fun because I like playing doubles the most. So that's really my favorite stroke to teach and use when I'm playing doubles.
I like volleys because I think it's like the crossover stroke between tennis and pickleball.
Definitely is. That's gonna be the stroke that's the most alike between pickleball and tennis is gonna be the volley. And advanced playing pickleball, they start hitting topspin on their volleys, and that's gonna be completely different. But I would never teach anybody to do that first. I'd teach them to hit slice volleys in pickleball just like you do in tennis, so that you're consistent in playing defense, which is what you need to do in pickleball. But it's not really defensive in tennis. It's offensive because you're up close and it opens the court.
It's fun. I really like doing volleys. Although, here's my struggle, and maybe you can talk about this on the video. Here's my struggle with volleys, is I'll do this beautiful volley, and then I don't get back fast enough to do the next one. It's the footwork again.
It's always the footwork.
I gotta do something about my footwork. I don't know what. I've got to do some sprints or something.
Maybe you need to do a little more insanity again. Get back to the insanity. That can get your footwork.
I don't know if you've ever done those insanity workouts, but they are insane.
They are. They are good for your footwork.
The 10-minute warm-up is hard enough.
Then you got to do the workout.
Then you have to do the workout. Okay, 2 volleys.
Okay, everybody. We're going to talk about the volley today. And the 3 main components are going to be your grip, path of the racket, and your stance. And in the volley, which makes it this is a crossover from pickleball, where you're going to be in a continental grip. So when you're volleying, there's no grip change from forehand to backhand, like on the ground. Okay, so you're in a continental grip, and that's right in the middle. It's like shaking hands with the racket. Hello, Mr. Racket.
What is continental? Why do they call it a continental grip?
I really have no idea.
Okay.
I just learned it was a continental grip back when I first started teaching, and I don't know how that name came about.
I'll have to Google it.
Maybe so. Okay, but the continental grip is in the middle, so it's like you're shaking hands with Mr. Racket, and you try to keep your wrist and the racket at 90 degrees to your arm. So the racket also, unlike the ground strokes, the racket's always going to be above your hand. I have a great picture in my head all the time when I was growing up. I think I was in junior high, and I was looking at a tennis magazine, and it had a picture of Pancho Gonzalez hitting a volley right off the ground, and his racket was at 90 degrees, and he had the head of the racket above his hand hitting a volley right on the ground.
Wow.
It was very impressive. It was an action shot, especially back when it was taken. That was a tough shot to get. But that means the volley is really different from your ground strokes. It's almost like we've changed the game now. It's not the same game as it was when we were hitting ground strokes, which is one reason that volleys get neglected. Everybody just stays back, plays off the ground, and tries to bang, and nobody's coming forward anymore, hardly, because it's very different. Like I said, path of the racket is this way on ground strokes. Handle up, head down, changing places. In volleys, the head of the racket always stays up, and it's going to stay up the whole time. It's not going to change. You're not ever going to, you shouldn't be dropping the head. It's going to always stay up and push through the ball.
Okay, so in the last videos for forehand and backhand, you talked about path of the racket. So what about volleys? What do you do for path of the racket in a volley?
So in the volley, the racket's going to be tilted. It's going to be open faced, which is also different from your ground stroke. And that's why you're in the middle. So as soon as I put the racket to the forehand side, face opens. Okay, when I hit the ball, the racket's going to move forward through the ball as a unit. It's going to go straight through like this. It's not going to let the head get out in front of the handle, because that's going to create all kinds of problems, right? And you don't want the handle going forward and without the head coming forward. It needs to stay together as a unit on both sides. And I will use path of the racket. I will hit volley sometimes just by holding the throat, because then it's easy to see the 90 degrees. You got a T, and you can volley using the whole racket, and then it's easy to see that you're not doing this or that.
So is that how you teach it? Is that how you teach a beginner? Just holding it
sometimes,
up high?
Like I said, it's situational. Sometimes I don't have to do that, but lots of times I do. I have to say, okay, we're just gonna shake hands with the racket on the throat, and we're gonna volley right here, and keep the handle away from your arm. Right, the handle can't come and be on your arm whenever you're hitting your volley.
That's what I love about your coaching, is that you're really good at noticing where people are in their play, and then either moving up or backing up so that they're feeling successful.
That is really necessary for a good coach to be able to make adjustments and to create what they want. It doesn't do any good to know what you want your student to do and keep telling them over and over again to do it.
They can't do it.
If they don't get it, then you have to do something different. I, as a coach, have to do something different to get the result I'm looking for, to make the change. And it's much more difficult in tennis than it was in gymnastics. In gymnastics, it's hands-on, and you manipulate their bodies. You manipulate the student's body position, put them in the position you want so they feel it. But in tennis, you can't do that. I can't manipulate somebody physically to get them to do what I want with their stroke.
Without getting whacked in the head with a racket.
I can't get in there and manipulate them really. But like I said, choking up on the racket, there are different things I can do depending on what I'm teaching to change the result without just telling them to change it. Sometimes, most of the time, I think you need it demonstrated, or you need to force the change instead of verbally telling them what to do.
A multimodality approach to teaching: kinesthetic, auditory, visual.
Yep, you need it all. And that's one thing too that makes it hard for people to make change, is they go out and play on their own, and the people they're playing with aren't doing things right, and then they copy what they see. They can't help it. They copy what they see. Okay, all right, the last thing we're going to talk about is our footwork for the volley, and this is the controversy. All right, a lot of coaches, almost all the coaches I know, want to teach a cross step. They say cross step when you hit your volley. So if you go to the forehand, they want you to cross over to hit and forward to hit the volley, like this. And I never teach a cross step to volley, because what happens when I put my left foot in front of my right foot? Where's my racket?
Your racket goes back.
My racket's behind me.
And it's not supposed to be back there for a volley.
That's the problem. That's not where it's supposed to be, right? So I really teach mostly, we start volleys with no step forward. We're just going to hold our position and use the racket to hit the volley. And then as they develop this, then I will say, okay, if we want to get more pop on a ball, we can step forward with the opposite foot without crossing. because the crossing creates more shoulder turn. And I really don't
Makes
want any
sense.
shoulder turn when we're volleying. And that's really a big plus whenever you learn, when you're hitting volleys in pickleball, is that you can't step into the kitchen. You don't get to step forward. You've got to hit your volleys without the forward step. And really that's going to make your tennis volleys better too. Because then the step is optional for power, but not necessary, because it's easier to keep your head still and make clean contact without the step.
Makes sense to me.
I hope so.
But I believe
But it's probably going to be controversial.
I believe everything you say, though. You're my -- 1 coach.
Okay, we're starting as usual with foam because it's my favorite.
How far do I stand from the net?
When I start teaching volleys, we start with enough room for sure for the ball to bounce. Even though volleys are a non-bouncing stroke, we're just going to learn how to open the face of the racket and bump the ball first.
Should I hold that up here?
No, let's hold the end. And don't choke up. We need to get the end of the racket.
The very
all
end?
The way down here, all the way through. See, mine is further up. My racket is up in my palm.
Continental Grip.
Continental
Shaking
Grip.
hands.
You're shaking hands with it. We're going soft. So we're going to go really
90
soft.
degrees.
90 degrees and just bump. Very soft. I'm going to go forehand to forehand first. That's it. And you see if I push through, there's a little backspin on the ball.
I'm not getting any spin on mine.
Yeah, you are. Oh, sorry.
Oops, there was a crossover.
Pop it up a little bit. Pop
Sorry.
it up a little bit. Oh, we got to. I didn't let that one bounce. Well, you're too close. There's no room for me to let that ball bounce in front of you. There you go. Oh, that one bounced. I told you to back up and then hit it really short.
Yeah, that was not nice.
Oh, a little choppy.
I'm not feeling very successful at this, Coach Don. It's hurting my wrist.
It's hurting your wrist with foam. That's not
The
good. You gotta, it's
racket's
that holding
too
it up.
heavy.
You gotta hold it up, yeah.
The racket's too heavy.
Well, that racket's not very heavy.
I want to hold it up here.
We can do that. We can choke up. I'll choke up too. So we want to be sure if we're choked up that we see that T. If we're bumping, we've got the racket handle down towards the ground almost. Push the whole racket through. Push the whole racket through. That's it. Don't flick at it. That's that pickleball trouble right there. There you go. So that last one, you had it in the right position, but then when you started to hit, you went ahead and pushed the head of the racket forward.
This doesn't feel like volleying at all to me.
It's just holding the racket correctly is all that we're doing right now. Just holding the racket in the right position, and it's very soft. Oh, you got flicky on that one. There you go. Push the whole racket forward. All right, a couple more and we're going to switch to the backhand. All right, I'm going to the backhand now. Oh, a little wind out here. Oh. Let it bounce. We're letting it bounce on purpose right now. So we just push.
I pushed.
Softly, softly pop it up. Get a little air under it. There we go. Push, make it spin. Oh, you got that one in the air. All right, let's go for in the air now since we got the bounce kind of down. We'll be in the same position. Push through it. So you're staying open. That looks good. Oh, I gave you a backhand. Sorry, did not mean to do that. Oh, she got it. Woo.
Hey.
All right, we're gonna go back. Okay, you want me to say anything? Okay, I'm gonna hit a few volleys, and one of my pet peeves when I'm teaching is that a lot of students want to get way too close to the net whenever they're practicing their volleys. So you need to be pretty far, pretty deep in the court, really not that close to the net, so you can move forward to attack a ball, and that you're ready for a lob if one pops up. And you got to think about where would you be hitting your first volley if you hit an approach shot first. Because I promise you, even if you hit an approach shot first, you may not even be this close as I am right now.
I'm hitting a few volleys here at the end, and I'm going to go over the 3 basic concepts we want to cover at the end of this volley video. The Continental Grip, so that as you put your racket to the forehand or the backhand side, the racket face opens. A nice wide stance, stepping forward with the opposite foot if you're attacking the ball, or staying in a wide open stance. And also the pack of racket, which is flat through the ball, the head or the handle, either one of those moves forward without the other. Forward, flat.
So that's it for the volley video. Rochelle, did you have fun doing volleys?
I had fun trying to peg you while I was feeding you doing volleys, and you fended them all off. I don't think I got him once. Darn it.
You're not going to get me. You're not going to get me. I was doing a lot of laughing, though, about those feeds were a little crazy.
Okay, so I'm not as skilled at feeding as John is.
That's another skill you develop.
And my aim needs to get better so I can get you. That would be fun.
That would be fun if she hits me. It's fun. Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure and like and subscribe if you like our videos. If you don't like them, send us a negative comment. That's fine, because that helps our rating too. So
our algorithm. We need boosting. We need algorithm boosting. Okay.
Yeah. So
algorithm boosting.
Positive comments, negative comments. We don't care. Just comment.
See you next time.